For anybody at home playing this, you might notice that the pauses sound pretty clean. One of the things that lends to that is how tight the noise gate I have on this amp that I'm using. Another thing too is I'm using my left hand here to really mute the strings. All my left hand fingers generally lay across the strings, not pushing down, but just enough to sort of get the most amount of skin onto the... Ew, that sounded gross. The most amount of skin? Ew. Okay, so forget that thing, but the most amount of fingers, that also sounds gross. Okay, well, I'm going to lay across all the left-hand fingers that I possibly can onto the strings to get the string muted as quickly and as cleanly as possible. So you can watch my left hand. Oops. One big thing is my pinky. A big thing about playing a string is that if you want to mute it quickly, if you try to mute it very close to the fret that you're playing, it's not going to dampen the string very quickly. The string needs to be dampened far away from the point of that you're fretting it down. But if you go too far, let's say if you go far enough to hit like a loud harmonic, then all of a sudden you're going to make it sound pretty shitty. Or harmonically there. Yeah, okay, well, it's a little bit tough to do it there, but oftentimes when you do open notes, see how I'm using one finger to sort of mute it? That's a bad idea. I'm going pretty far in to sort of give my my string the ultimate command to stop vibrating, right? If I start it here, it really doesn't hit the string in a strong enough area to really stop the string from vibrating too much. So the further I go in, the better, unless we stop at a natural harmonic. Then we don't get that precise kind of stop that we want. So my biggest suggestion is to use the most amount of fingers and space them out and keep them pretty far away from the note that you're playing. If you put on 2 or 3 fingers to mute a note or mute a string, the chances of you getting a harmonic are pretty much 0. You're pretty much not going to get a harmonic laying multiple fingers across a string. It's just not going to happen. At least nothing that you're ever going to notice. So so that's one thing. And placing them pretty far away from the fret that you're playing is another thing as well. So you see how tight that is as well. I'm actually adding that last accent is sort of lending to the strength of that last note, which then I can, well, I just noticed my ear is like popping out of that headphone. It looked really weird. That last note is really strengthened and it sounds like very sharp. So the quicker I mute it after that last note, the better and the tighter it's going to sound. That paired with a really tight noise gate, or at least a tight enough noise gate to kind of make that happen, as well as some right hand muting, you got yourself a cyclo pause. You know what I'm saying?